Hello and welcome to another episode that we are going to create a crypto wallet. In this episode, I am going to teach you how you can create your own ERC20 token and deploy it inside the blockchain. This token is like any other token. You can mint it, you can pause it. Actually, we want to add this functionality ourselves. A lot of tokens, they don't have this functionality. And you can send it to your friends or anyone you want. So let's get to it. As you see here, inside my browser, now I'm opening openzeppelin.com. And this openzeppelin.com is the place that we can easily create or save smart contracts or save tokens. So you see here, for example, you can click on ERC20. You can give it the name of token, the symbol of the token, and you can give it features like is it mintable, is it possible, or anything else. But this is the token that we want now, and we are going to create this token. So this contract is written for us. The good thing about Open Zeppelin is that it's safe and standard, so you can use their contracts with the peace of mind. So let's get to the code. As you see here, I am creating a new repository because to create the token inside the blockchain, we need some steps. And I am going to show you step by step what we need to do. So first, let's check package.json. As you see here, I have hard hat. This is the tool that we are using to compile or validity contracts into bytecode, because contracts should be in bytecode format for the blockchain to understand it. So we are going to compile it to bytecode. After that, we have OpenZeppelin and .env and Web3 like always. So let's see first what this contract does. So you see, we create a contract called my token. Let's change it to Pixel wallet contract. That is ERC20 pausable and ownable. Then we, inside the constructor, we pass initial owner. We have a function pause, unpause, and mint. And we need to override some functions that are required by Solidity. Actually, this contract wrote for us by OpenZeppelin, and it has the functionality that we need. So we just need to compile it to bytecode. So let's try. First, let's remove the contracts old folder here. And npx hard hat compile. Let's see. As you see, compiled one Solidity file. And if you go to contracts, now you can see Pixel wallet contract. As you see here, this contract is a JSON object with a lot of bytecode that we cannot understand, but we created for the blockchain to understand. Then we need a way to deploy it. Let's go to deploy.js and see. First, we have .env.config that loads our environment variables. These are our environment variables. You need to have your own, an RPC. This RPC now points to BNB testnet and a private key of a wallet that have some BNB balance, because you need to deploy this contract to the BNB network and you need some BNB balance inside the address that you share here. And after that, we create the providers, we create the accounts, we try to read the API. Then we have the main function that we are trying to create the contract and give it initial supply and everything else. It's a very simple script that we deploy. Now let's run the deploy script. As you see here, the deployment went fine and we get the address of the contract. After we have the address, then it's easy. We just need to add it to our backend code and add it to our wallet. One thing that I want to mention here, this file is actually a JavaScript file because we are going to only run it once. So actually you need to save it in a different repository and just run it once. After you got the contract address, then you just need to interact with the contract. You never need to deploy it again. Or maybe you need to deploy and update it, but until then, you don't need to run this script frequently. So that's why we didn't put it in a Lambda or something. We just run it from our local, while our private key also is safe in our local, because anyone who have access to that private key is the owner of all the tokens inside the contract. And at the end, I want to explain a little about this file. This is the file that Hard Hat use, and you just need to specify Solidity version and the networks that I have created. For example, BSC testnet. This chain ID is 97. It means BSC testnet. The URL and the private key. Okay guys, now we were able to create our own token. See you in the next videos.